Old Zenith black and white TV. Let's do an analysis on this. Looks like I already checked the CRT because I wrote bad 17 DQP4. It's a little bit in beat down condition. I don't know if this is really... Look at that gimmicky thing. I don't know if this is really in... It's missing the emblem here. It's a little bit beat down. It's all metal though. No UHF. What's going on here? What's going on there? Let's get this open and see what's going on. One of the things I'm trying to learn from the new old stock Packard Bell life test with the hour meter is when we look at these old sets, trying to get sort of a feel for how many hours they have on them. And I think last I checked that set was at 2,500 hours. And it still pretty much looks and would almost pass for new. And I look at something like this. I mean, what is this? 100,000 hours? 50,000 hours? 16E25. When we see a set that looks like this, I mean, this thing is just beat down. It's got a brightener on it. The purpose of this is to cover up dying CRT. I mean, just screw the stupid safety interlock. If you don't have a cheater cord, just cut the pins off and solder a cord to the back of it. Why not, right? I don't worry about the dirt. The antennas are busted off. This thing is used. I mean, even though it is a Zenith, it's still like baked. Look at the fuzz. Just check that out. That's epic. Look at that. I almost don't want to disturb that. That is a freaking work of art right there. Imagine using a TV until it looked like that on the inside. I mean, is that nicotine fuzz? What is that? Is the vertical output transformer any good? Zeniths are known for shorting internally vertical output transformers. Let's look at the bottom. Can we get into the bottom of this beauty? This is a Rollin tube, so that probably... Would a Rollin tube be original to Zenith? Would it say Rollin on it? Or would it say Zenith on it? And Rollin is a replacement. What's going on here? We got a missing shield. Let's see, can we... Oh, there they are. It's the whole set's probably worth more in bumblebees to the guitar crowd than anything else. The feet are all missing. These look like replacements, no? So apparently the guitar guys that are looking for these, they use them in the actual guitar body where there's no DC voltage applied, so it really doesn't matter if they're leaky. So I almost think maybe I should start pulling them out of these sets and selling them to help sponsor or fund the resurrection of these old sets. That might be a good thing, because they sell for a lot of money, and if they're not actually using them as, like, you know, coupling caps and tube circuits, if they're just using them in the guitar body where you're dealing with millivolts of AC from the guitar pickup, it's probably not a bad thing. And yes, they probably do have that leaky tone to them. So it looks like a lot of them have been changed with red drops in here. So we might just fire this thing up. It's too bad it doesn't have a removable cover. I'd like to check the electrolytics before I power it up. This thing was used. I don't know if this was like in a barber shop or a bar or something where they just ran it. But look at how well built. Very simple, very well built. Kind of fumbling my way down in here and probing the electrolytic. It's not open. This does not mean it's not going to short and blow up and smoke, but it is not open. And I was looking at this width control right here. It says right here, width control. What, did this have like a thumb wheel or something on it that's been broken off? So this thing is... We know that's all filaments because that has not started conducting yet. You got 16 tubes in here to heat up. It's probably easily 100 watts worth of filaments. Thing is getting dimmer. Ooh, 5U4. What we should do is replace this with a solid state 5U4. That way we can bring the capacitor up slowly without having to compete with the airplane. You see here just how much of this is the filament. I think I'm going to go up to a 150 watt bulb. I don't know if I really care if this TV goes up in smoke. What we have to do is have a big enough light bulb to overcome all the filaments and get the 5U4 to heat up to where it starts conduct. Try that again. No, not yet. Okay. All right, if you're done sneezing, will you have a cigarette and try it again? So what you need to do is you need to have a big enough light bulb that will overcome all the filaments, yet have enough power to start that conducting so that power can get through to the electrolytic capacitor. A little scratchy. So we do have some B plus here. I think I'll just let this sit for a while. It's cold. It is cold. Yeah, it's cold. Like this. Is this not glowing at all? That one is glowing. But this one. Don't disturb the dust. When they ban cigarettes, this stuff will sell for lots of money. These are glowing in here. It's warm. Guess it's warm. Oh, there's another little electrolytic back in there. And there's a tube back in there too. It's cold. It's hot. It's for the 6BN6 Buzz-O-Matic Zenith detector. Alright, you know what? Hell with this. If it blows up, it blows up. You can't stop progress. That certainly is odd behavior. Wow, is that sucker hot? Is that red plating? And I do not hear the vertical running. Wow, is that thing hot? Okay, let me back off of that for a minute. But what's weird is this is not... This is just warm. The damper is hotter than the horizontal output, which is not right. And the vertical is frickin' smoking. We got issues here. We got lots of issues. I'd like to apologize for the non-mechanical, non-lead-based fuel burning birds in the background. That's what happens when you have so much rain that the plants can't stand it. No surprise there. So can we date this TV with this tube? Is it a 1960 TV? Probably. Probably seems about right. Oh, this is one of those cheap junk Japanese tubes. 6DQ6, Japan. I mean, there were quality Japanese tubes. I'm not being like that. I'm just the Raytheons and the other kind of, yeah, these are junk. Man, this is a microphonic tube. Is that what this? It's a microphonic tube, and it's actually feeding back like a microphone in front of a speaker. It's got to be that one. That's a trip. Was that the audio output? Yeah, it's got to be the audio output. It's not getting hot. Not getting hot. On a lot of sets, the vertical won't run unless there's high voltage, boost voltage from the horizontal output. So let's play with this for a minute. Let's see if we get any. In fact, we'll go straight into bypass here. Let's see if we get any current draw through this here vacuum bulb. Wow, like nothing. Really? Yeah, there's like that much. I wonder if there's any voltage there. Alright, never do this if the thing is working, which we know it's not working, but we have really 327 volts there. That tube is dead. Is it glowing? I don't think it's glowing. Is the heater burned out on it? Alright, this is the one out of the Motorola we resurrected. Wow, that gets substantially brighter. So let's see. I love doing this with the power turned on. It's like such a no-no. Let's see if we get any. See if we get any hormones. We can see that one glowing. But why is there no current draw? Is the cathode open? Or is there no screen voltage? What's going on here? In order for there to be plate voltage, and no current draw on the plate, we have to have either no screen voltage or the cathode is open. Let's try this again. 179 volts. Okay, well, we need to trigocalculate. Alright, 6DQ6. So we want to check, I got a test adapter in here. We want to check 4. 4 would be the screen. Yeah, I think 4 is the screen. So this should be B plus through a resistor. We got 187 volts there. That looks right. So we must have an open cathode. So cathode is number 8. Number 8 here. Yeah, we got 47 volts on the cathode. So the cathode is open. Do we have a fuse here? Is that what's going on? We have a fuse. I would think the cathode would be higher than that. I would think the cathode would be... Well, let me bypass the light bulb. I would think the cathode would be full plate voltage. 80 volts. Should be 0 or very close to it. So we got something, either a cathode fuse that's open or a cathode resistor or a broken wire. Let me ground it. I'm just going to take a clip lead and jump it to ground. We're watching the current, so I'm clipped onto 8 there, which is the cathode, so we'll just ground this. I'm going to bypass the light bulb. Looks like the oscillator started there. You see the dip. Oh, here we go. There we go, 10 kilovolts. 100 milliamps, I don't think that's excessive. I wouldn't consider that excessive. The flyback's working. We're probably have a line on this non-existent CRT. Oh yes, there we go. There you go. Okay, I put the vertical output tube back in. Oh, I hear the vertical running now. Oh wow, it is so dim. You can see it there. Wow. So is 10 kilovolts low for this? I think it'd be a little bit higher. Back to the original horizontal output tube. Wow. But it sounds like something's arcing. And that is kind of high. Now the tuner sounds alive. Man, is that dark. There's activity there, though. I'm following pin 8, and it comes over here, and then I see there's a fuse right there. I guess you can't see it because the brightener is in the way. What kind of fuse is this? According to this, it's good. Looks like that wire from pin 8, the cathode comes around right here, and then it goes down to the electrolytic down there, and then it comes from the electrolytic to this point right here, which this ohms out as 0 ohms from there to the cathode. With this is the width control, which I wondered if it was broken, and then from here to here I'm not measuring anything, so I think I need a schematic at this point. This is a 16E25, and I'm trying to avoid digging through the garage right at the moment to get the right SAMs out, so I'm looking through this folder of these electronic technician and circuit digest. These were schematics that came out with a monthly magazine. Electronic Technician magazine had these, and I got something pretty close. I got a 16F25, which is basically the same layout. And what they're doing here with same tubes, what they're doing here with pin 8, the cathode, is they're coming down the capacitor to ground, which I showed you, then the coil, then it goes to a coil on the flyback. I wonder if that, it's not likely that that would be open, but it's possible. You know, do we have an open flyback? Maybe we should check this and see exactly. Here's what this TV looks like. I don't know what the difference between 16E25 and 16F25. Same, takes the same CRT. But yeah, these were pretty good. I mean, for 2 pages, you know, I gave you a schematic and then the layout of basically everything. So, but yeah, this is the cathode circuit. So I better start doing some ohm measurements. 13.5 ohms on that width coil, and what, 1.6 on the flyback to ground. I'm assuming this is the same as what we're working on, what we're looking at. That would be a bummer if the flyback was open. Measuring the coil, we got 12.6 ohms. Here it shows 13.5. That looks okay. And then measuring the flyback, which shows 1.6 ohms, we're measuring negative 822 megs, which means there's voltage there, which is not good. That means it's open with voltage there, which, yes, we have 1.9 volts. So the flyback winding is open. So the flyback is back there behind this tube, and I really don't want to pull this out because we can ground that and see if we could get a picture just to see. Maybe people would like to donate towards getting the parts to fix this. I don't know. I hate to ask that, but sometimes I feel like I might as well. Check this out. Are those tin whiskers? I've never seen anything like that. Hair growing right out of the metal. Look at that. That's awesome. I guess this thing hit puberty already. Let's talk about this winding on the flyback that's open for a minute, which is this one here. And I don't understand what Zenith is doing pulling the cathode of the horizontal out to ground through this. I'm not that in conjunction with that width coil must cause that tube to conduct less or something. I don't know. I'm not going to try and figure it out. But this coil on a flyback is usually a separate winding that's wound down around the bottom of the flyback. That might not be the case on this. And what this winding does is it comes back here and it feeds the phase detector diode. So without this coil there, we won't have any horizontal phase lock. The horizontal will just kind of, if we can get it, it'll just kind of float like this, if we could get it close. I can get an example and show you what I mean by that coil. This is an RCA CTC 16 flyback. And this coil here, the one that's open, the one for the horizontal phase lock, on this flyback is this right here, this yellow. See, here's the one going to ground, and this is the one that would connect over here, the one going to ground. So a lot of times on these flybacks, this winding is totally separate. The rest of the windings are in here. So on this flyback here, this winding would be separate for the filament, and this winding and that winding, these windings and these ones are all in here. Probably. They could have put this inside here, but I doubt it. So it might be worth pulling the flyback out and trying to fix this or rewind it. It's not that many turns. You know, this here is like the for the filament. Well, on this set, this is for the focus rectifier, and the one for the high voltage, this one here for the high voltage tube is missing. I know some like to see the glow of the vacuum bulbs, so here it is. The 5U4 horizontal oscillator damper and output, vertical output, the audio section, the IF section, the audio section, the vertical section, the horizontal section, the power supply. Zenith has it really nicely laid out, and they use the same layout in these sets for years. So there you go. Very bright. I mean, look at some of these down here. Look at how bright those are. I just jumped that to ground here. At least I think it's still on there. Yeah, I jumped that to ground, bypassing that coil. So let's see what happens here. See if we can get the décolleté fired up. I want my home shopping network. Yesterday's junk is today's treasure. Ooh, better be careful with that. Alright, power has been applied. We'll turn the converter box on. I have no idea what's going to happen here. No light bulb, just full power. It's probably a very elegant television when it was new.
Today it's your last look at our final presentation, but it's not too late to get one free.
Typical 6BN6 detector, just
Hand set, you get the topper, you get the pant, you have everything you need to complete your wardrobe, and it is at a one-day only price of $54. And you make your credit card. Also, very special offer today with free shipping and handling on everything. A lot of you are getting more than one, and there's so many great reasons to shop today because we've got new colors, we've got new prints, and we also have Iman herself right here in the studio helping you dress for your body, bringing you style, longevity, and comfort. Those are all key to her collections because if you're not comfortable, you're probably not wearing it, right? And you gotta make sure that it's a comfortable material.
it is
It's
so
soft,
dim.
it's flowy, it's stretchy, and so many beautiful choices here. Let's go through the choices, Iman, and then we'll get into all the details for everybody. And while I look for my cards, just remind me what our beautiful bright pink is called. Rose red, thank you. This is one of our newest shades. So there's the pull-on pant. It's a nice, beautiful, straight leg. I'm wearing the wisteria. So the wisteria comes in this beautiful combination of fuchsias and purples. I love
No horizontal lock.
It's beautiful, the pants, yeah.
Look at that. It looks so expensive. Oh my gosh. That's resort wear, that's holiday wear. Our two animal prints are called cheetah. And we have sort of the, I'm calling this, I believe, the copper cheetah and our navy cheetah. Yeah. And then we have a black floral that's right back there. Let me turn that around so you can see all those pretty shades. And that has a black background, but it has yellows and it has blues. But you get both pieces for $54. And I usually price pieces. Well, that's like getting the top and the $7 and change. We have petite, average.
You know what? Where's my WD-40? I've had it.
Also, you can eat.
You're getting the two pieces, you're getting the topper and you're getting the top. The topper is a 3/4 length. And you know, we're going to show you one really styled, you know, that I give you to Kate before explaining.
We're going to start out with Kelly here, and Kelly is in her true size, and I know she's a 3X, and she's
I'll let it get a little bit darker out here so you can see what it's doing.
like this
Okay,
one.
so here it
I'm
is.
going to encourage you, if you can, go to
No
HSN.com
horizontal
to place
phase
your order.
lock.
If you are already an existing customer, you can use automated ordering. You can kind of skip the line.
Come on.
And then if you have a smartphone, most of us do now, you can easily download the HSN app, and that is the fastest way to shop. I can actually shop while I'm talking and presenting clothes on television. That's,
Oh,
That's
yes.
how easy the app is, and I know you're pretty good at it too, Imani.
Yeah,
I can scroll through those items and be like, boom, 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 add it to my cart.
Yes.
So the app is also a great way to get in. We're losing colors and we're losing sizes in many of our items. In fact, the navy pants I was wearing last hour, I think the navy sold out, but we'll remind you about those. We had pants for $26. If you do want the matching tanks, these are also going really quickly, and they're $5 off if you purchase them today with our Today Special. So think about this. You're saving, with our Today Special price, you're saving, what, we got about $20 off.
But what I love about this, right, and you're going to see it back on Cats in about 1 second. Cats Now and Forever. You're going to see it
I think we're
now
setting
on
her up.
Cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like
But the
she's
thing
in
about
disguise. It's like, who's that girl tonight?
I know, right?
I
If
know.
That drawstring, you could adjust it, right? You could draw that up or down. It's so cute. Plus, what I love about this is, sometimes you want a swim dress, but you want the option of having the top and the bottom. It's just more adjustable, there's more options with the top and the bottom. I'm not wrong about that. I know a lot of ladies just like to put on one piece, but I'm not kidding. Like when it comes to options and pulling something up or down or whatever, I like the idea of having two pieces. Also, the bottom, that kind of
It's a lot of noise in the picture too, but I can't.
A little bit like if you were wearing a swim dress and you jumped into the pool, your swim dress might float up a little bit or something. Whereas that really kind of
Have 45
This thing
more
is
minutes
just
and then
like-
the price will go up. You have to see this one in person because from far away in that picture, you can't see the crinkling. And it's lovely.
It's
and
a very, very special bra.
And this-
and especially with the linen pant, don't you think?
This is the Zenith Buzz-O-Matic 6BN6 detector. That's what this sounds like.
So,
But I mean, this thing is like a horror show. The way this looks.
I was thinking, oh gosh, sweater or pants? Sweater or pants? Well, this new sweater is coming up in a few minutes, but it's time to discuss a reorder. What does that mean? This is a pant that Isaac launched last year, linen and viscose. What looks like this beautiful crochet meets lace at the bottom of this crop pant.
like
And
little
my
thread
goodness,
work.
Isaac, it was a huge hit last year. So now,
I know.
our only order of the year for 2023 is here tonight on sale for under $60 instead of $71. We kicked
That's
up the payment.
crazy.
I know, it's crazier. So you only have to pay $14.99 tonight if you want to bring them home. Total price will still be $59 and change, but you get to do a payment. New color, meat navy.
So this is a dead CRT, an open winding on the flyback, probably a ton of dead tubes and bad capacitors, although it looks like a lot of them were replaced. But still, I mean, this thing caused a damn seizure just watching this.
This is Arctic
gorgeous.
Sapphire. Oh, Isaac, that one just sold out.
Did it?
It's
No plans. Till your room's cracked. You are. Internet without trackers. Without malware-ridden files. Zen. Be more Cyber N. Get Yen.
Embark made it so easy to test my dog, and then getting the breed reveal, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Nellie is an Australian Shepherd mix with German Shepherd.
You are watching Inside the Association, presented by AT&T 5G.
You like high-stakes blackjack in the high-limit VIP room. Then again, you might prefer roulette. What you like or who you are, Morongo is for you. Morongo is made for everybody. Good times for everybody.
Christine Lazar. Weekdays, KCAL News Mornings.
Do you remember the thrill of watching Sandy, Danny, and pretty much all of Rydell High dance across the field during You're the One That I Want at the very end of Grease, or when
So I'm going to shut it off. Watch this. That's another symbol of a dead CRT. Still going. Still going. Still going. Fading away. Still going. Anyway, there it is. We know what it needs. Do I fix it? Do I make it working again? Do I get a CRT for it? Do I make it whole again? I don't know. You tell me.